Welcome to the Grip Kings Armwrestling channel. My name is Owen, and today we are joined by the Storm from the south. He is 191 centimeters tall, weighing in at 123 kilos, and built for the table. He crushed Schoolboy with his right hand on the biggest stage of the world, East versus West. This man is born different. This is Riekerd the Juggernaut Bornman. Welcome, man.
Oh, thank you, my friend. Yeah, thank you so much. That's a great introduction, man. The best one I've ever had. And I just want to correct you with something small. I'm not 123 kgs. I'm 137.
What? Are you really? This is what I found online. The last thing was 123.
Yeah, I'm a bit bigger now.
That's because of the burger from yesterday, probably.
You see. That's a secret.
Okay, I'm gonna try one thing in Afrikaans.
Okay.
Baie dankie dat jij die tijd genomen hebt om vandaag samen met mij te gezels. Ik waardeer dit rechtig.
Yeah, well done. It's a massive pleasure. Thank you so much, my friend. No, it's an honor to be on here. I know we talked quite a time about it, so I'm really excited for today. And it's one of the first interviews I get to have at my home, so I love it, yeah.
Well, easy day, isn't it? All right, so we're gonna talk about how you train a little bit today, like what stuff you eat. We already talked about that a little bit beforehand. The role of faith, I find that quite interesting. If you don't mind talking about that as well,
Yeah.
And what it takes, you know, to go from local hero to like on the big stage. Yeah, what it takes to get there, that type of stuff. So yeah, let's just first dive into it. For the people that don't know who you are, who've been living under a rock, who is Riekerd? Who's Riekerd? Who's Riekerd Bornman?
So Riekerd Bornman is a guy that was born in South Africa in a small town called Meyerton. I used to love rugby all my life, and I could see myself playing for the big teams. So I got an opportunity to move over to Australia to go pursue a rugby career over there. I got injured just before going over, and unfortunately, my dreams got stopped right away. So being an athlete all my years, running rugby running through my blood, I had to get something new. And I was an arm wrestling fan all my years. I mean, me and my friends used to pull on the table desks. Me and my dad used to pull a lot, without knowing that there's actually a professional side of this. So yes, I started watching WAL on YouTube, and that got me really invested into the sport. And yes, long story short, I went to a festival in Australia called the Meat Stock, where they basically make the best food. So that's the main reason we went there, is to have some nice food and to see what it's all about. And there was an arm wrestling competition, and I decided, you know what, let's sign up for this and let's enjoy it. And I stepped away with a victory. And I was really surprised because I don't know what my level was at. So I got the W. And a few days later, Ryan Bone reached out to me. He said, listen, yeah, come to my club. You know, back then, Ryan Bone was someone I watched on YouTube. So I really looked up to him. So this was amazing. And everything started from there. I say this all the time. I think if it wasn't for Ryan Bone, I wouldn't be where I am today. He gave me the opportunity to show what I'm made of. And, you know, he backed me all the way from the beginning. You know, people doubted him, and he still believed in me. And I think that's one of the biggest things that is driving me forward, is to prove him right. And that's exactly the same thing that my brother is doing right now. Because I'm talking so massive about him, and he had the opportunity to showcase what he really is and what he can do. So this is a special thing to us. But yes, now I'm wrestling for, I would like to say, 4 years professionally, or not professionally, but working really hard in arm wrestling, making it my full-time sport. And yeah, I'm blessed enough to be on the biggest stage in the world, 3-0 on the right hand. So I'm really happy, man.
Yeah, you created a massive performance on the East versus West stage. I think you were on the right hand, or just on general. I think you were the underdog against Schoolboy, because I mean it's freaking Schoolboy, you know. But you displayed some massive power there. Was very enjoying to watch that. And I think your little brother did the same thing. Even though he didn't win the match, I think he still displayed the Bornman power that you guys have there from South Africa.
Yeah.
So yeah, that was really exciting to watch, and I think we're gonna see a lot more of you guys as well, you as your brother. So yeah, awesome, man. So I want to dig in. You said you just a little bit before you said that you had an injury that stopped your rugby career. Could you dive a little bit into that, and then I would like to ask some questions about how that transitions to arm wrestling. The yeah.
Yeah. Okay. So it's actually insane, man. It's scary to think about it. Uh, that was the last game I played, getting injured. And so I got injured about 6 weeks before that game. That was when the tournament started because I was playing Curry Cup for the Falcons. And so that's a under 21 league. That's relatively high. So I got injured in one of the games. I got tackled on the ankle and something didn't feel right. I pushed through it and everything was okay. No problems. I went on for 6 weeks having pain, but it was manageable, to be honest with you. And then playing in the semi-finals, had an incredible game. I think I scored 2 tries that game. It was one of the best games of my life. And then in the last 15 minutes, I got tackled and again on the same ankle, and my boot got stuck in the grass and I didn't get back up. And I went on like this for a couple of weeks. I went for physio and I couldn't understand, was it no swelling or blueness? So normally when that
Mm-hmm.
shows up, you know that, okay, something is torn or something is off, and nothing wanted to work. I had extreme amount of pains when I went for physio, 10 out of 10. And this lady couldn't understand it. And I said, no, there's not a chance. I'm definitely going to go for some scans. And boom, we went for scans and they could immediately see that I think that it's called the ATFL ligament has torn.
Mm-hmm.
So it's completely off. And this was so funny to me because I was still trying to train with that injury. So I went up going for surgery. I think someone may correct me if I'm wrong, but it's the ligament between the tibia and the fibula. I think it's called the syndesmosis. So that ligament also got injured, and I went for surgery. So there's basically 2 cables and 4 screws going through the 2 bones and
Mm-hmm.
connecting it, and the cables are serving as a ligament. So yes, my rehab went really well after that, and I could feel that I'm really, really getting back on into it. And then trying to get back onto the field was close to impossible. I mean, I gave it everything I had. I could see that. Listen, yeah, if everything goes well, I'm going to do really well in Australia. I could feel it straight away because I was 19 years old back then, and I was playing with the big boys, and it was nothing for me. So yes, just to give you a bit of background, when I got onto a rugby field, I believe that I was the best. So that's the way I played. So yeah, it was tough coming from that. And if you're asking me how that translates over rugby translates over to arm wrestling, physically there's not a lot that transfers over, but I think
Mm-hmm.
mentally definitely there's a lot that transfers over. In rugby it gets tough. It's you can put yourself into a one-on-one situation where you are running with a ball and you have to break the defender, or where you are the defender and you have to block the attacker. And I always seen this as a 1v1, and I'm not going to come second. I'm going to win you every single time. If you come to put me on my back, not a chance. I'll pick you up and I'll bury you. So that was my mindset. And I think this is one of the things that really helps me out in arm wrestling. Because arm wrestling is a tough sport, man. I mean, I remember um, in the Wallace Dilly match, for example, it's actually so special to feel these feelings when you feel that there's nothing left and you have to adjust to win the match. And till this day, I'm so super proud of myself because if you go um, back, how can I say, before Wallace Dilly,
Mm-hmm.
uh, I was a presser. Boom, easy day, no problems. And Ryan Bowen always tried to learn me that top roll, and I could never get it. And that Wallace Dilly match, my elbow in the first round said, "That was it, my friend. That's it." In the second round, I could still feel Lettinger. I'm still good. I feel connected. I mean, on that first go, outside of straps, Wallace, Denny, and myself, hit really hard sideways, and I bumped his elbow off the pad. I
Yeah.
felt super good.
Was this in WAL?
No,
Is that
East
where
versus
this is
West.
from?
East versus
Oh,
West.
sorry.
Yes.
Okay.
No, it's okay. And after that, I could feel that, listen, yeah, there's nothing left. My elbow doesn't want to do this
Hmm.
anymore.
It's done. It's done.
Yeah, yeah. So I went back to my corner and I said this to Ryan. And Ryan could see that, listen, yeah, it's not looking good for me. And I mean, he said
Mm.
this to me after the time. Because,
Yeah.
in that match, you are super focused. You don't care too much about the body. You understand that you are here to break it and to do whatever it takes to win. And yeah, I went up to the table and Ryan didn't even expected it, and I tried to top roll, and boom, it stuck.
Boom.
And that's what I've
Yeah.
been doing ever since. I know that I showcased the inside lane again against
Yep.
Schoolboy.
Yep. Yep.
Um, First round, that wasn't necessary. I did not have to do that, but I wanted to. Second round, I did adjust more, and I kept it on a top roll basis, and he had nothing for me there, absolutely nothing. And that surprised me so bad, my friend. That second round was like pulling air. And then the third round, Schoolboy is experienced. So he's going to adjust.
Hmm.
He's going to
He's
try and
gonna.
be in the match. And I could sense that he wanted to press or flop press, one of the two.
Hmm.
So, you know, when you sense that, you know that this guy's desperate. He's coming with everything. And that's exactly what he did. So I didn't join him directly, press on press. I wanted to block his pronation first. And that's exactly what I did. So that was a really tough round, but I'm super happy to block someone from trying something. And that's exactly the mental side of it. You know what it takes. You know sometimes your body doesn't want to do it. But if you push your mind, you can do it. I'm actually watching this David Goggins
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
documentary
Yeah.
and
Yeah.
everything. It's incredible, man. I've listened to his book. I think it's called Can't Hurt Me, and it's incredible, man. We can learn so much from the outside. It's incredible.
Yeah, awesome. I'm also curious to how much the difference between the left hand and the right hand was for you facing Schoolboy. Just a quick, because you said he gave you nothing on the left. You were very dominant. And on the left guy, because I only saw you compete at, I think, East versus West 19, like live, right? Live. And then beforehand, I checked WAL and stuff. So I didn't really know where your power gauge was at with both hands. So what did it feel like for you?
Yeah, it's. I'm gonna start off by saying how disgusted I feel. You know, I have a champion mindset, and I think that's why I am on the biggest stage today. Is because I want to be there, and I'm super disgusted with how that match went. But if you ask me, how do I see my left hand? I would always answer and say it's terrible. It's like day and night. I do
Mm,
not train my left hand with arm wrestling specifics. Zero, nothing. Um, so going into that match, I knew that, listen, yeah, it's going to be really tough. I'm going to fight, and I did give it everything. The last round, I thought I broke my arm for trying the floor
mm,
press.
mm.
So it was tough going into it and understanding that, listen, yeah, the confidence on my left hand is not where the right hand is. Because I understand that on the right hand, I give everything, every single thing I can. My rehab, my training. I mean, when I eat, I talk to my brain to send all the power to my right hand. So it's so important to me, my right hand. And that's probably the way it had to happen. And I'm accepting anything East versus West is offering. But I can tell you today that it's over. I'm going to train my left hand. And I'm
Mm.
telling you, I'm coming for Schoolboy. Because there's not a chance that someone's going to smack me like that. I've learned so much. I've learned so much from it. And to be totally honest, I'm super disgusted at myself for doing that. Even though I understand that I did give it everything.
Hmm.
But it's time to bring the left hand out of the shed and give it some gas.
Bring it into the light.
Yeah, for sure. And
Yeah.
the funny thing is, I had a practice super match 4 weeks before, on the left hand, and this was for the South African national title on the left hand. and I could
Mm-hmm.
manage to fight my way through it. But East versus West and the national level is two totally different things. East versus West is the highest of the highest. It's the best of the best. And with Schoolboy, I was redlining before the go on the left. Everything I had. Power. Nothing. So yeah, hats off to him. That was truly something special. But I'm telling you, if I had a bit more power, I would stop that match.
So I could see during that left hand and match, you were very not proactive, but very a little bit of taunting during the the press matches or the press talks, and he was very calm, didn't really respond too much to what you were saying, but on the table with the left hand, when he got you, he's obviously said ha ha, right, and then he went in. What
Yeah,
did that what happened in your mind at that moment that he taunted you on the table?
yeah. You see, I respect these moments. I really do,
Okay.
because it's something I will remember forever. People don't do that to me.
No.
Never. You don't do that to me. And so I respect that 100%, and I'm all for that, because now he's lit a massive fire in me. You see, I respect it 100%. But now it's time to work on that, because you don't want that to happen
Mm.
again.
Uh-uh.
So yeah, it's simple, man. When you first hear that, it breaks you. You feel like nothing. Um, but if there's nothing you can do, there's nothing you can do. So I respect it 100%. No hard feelings on nothing. Yeah, because I know I do
And
the
just
same.
yeah, yeah. And I was also wondering, because we went past it quite quickly. How come you haven't trained the left hand like your right hand? Is there a reasoning behind that?
Yeah, I'm blaming Devin Larratt for
You're
that.
just doing pumpkin training on the right.
That's it, my friend. That's it.
I see.
Left hand is always the dumb hand in anything you do. So why think to arm wrestle with it? You see, uh, but this is different. This is a professional sport now. So if you have a left hand, it's more opportunities. So it's something that I think everyone should start focusing on. Duvan, my brother, he has an incredible left hand. I think one of the days he's got to beat me. So it's
Wow.
a massive difference from training arm wrestling and not training it, especially the specific stuff. Incredible.
All right. All right. Yeah, I agree. I agree. I train both hands equally. My left hand is actually getting a little bit stronger than my right, which is very weird.
Yeah, that's
But
insane.
it's happened. I don't know. So I was also wondering, because I couldn't really find it online. Is like, what team do you officially represent? I see you're wearing a shirt of Bornman Brothers, but
Yeah.
is that also the team name? Do you guys have like a specific place you train every week, or is it more like individually based, and then you just meet up? Or
Yeah, you see, the thing is, I never believed in table time. Never.
okay,
My match before, but there's a reason for it. I have to say that first.
okay,
Is because I'm a beginner
do
and the
tell.
pain was insane. I
Yeah.
couldn't handle it. It was just too much for me. So I had to make a hard decision, because I mean, what's better than arm wrestling? You see? So what's better than that? So I would do that all the time, but I understood that from the beginning that oh, the body doesn't get better. It's just so much pain all the time. And then I can't lift weight. So I'm staying at the same
Mm,
level.
yeah.
So I think technically where I learned a lot is by watching videos, watching and
Mm-hmm.
watching and watching videos. So my body just adapted. So yes, so in Australia, a funny story, not a single table time session before my match with Wallace Dilly, not a single table time session with Pavlo. But I have to say that I was really honored and blessed to be back in South Africa for my schoolboy prep. And me and my
Mm.
brother had all the table times I missed back in those matches. So
Yeah, yeah,
it was
yeah.
totally different, man. Uh, and it gives you so much more confidence if you have table time. But my brother understands me. He understands what I want to achieve, where some people at a club don't understand and want to redline all the time. So I think there's a difference um, in different types of table time, you see?
Yeah, and I recently realized this as well when I was talking to Todd Hutchings. Is the biggest mistake people make if they really want to pursue arm wrestling, in his opinion, is that you should stop pinning each other in practice so much. It's like a drive inside that you have, like a natural thing that you don't want to let somebody pin you or
Yeah,
whatever. But
yeah, yeah.
right now, I've adapted my training regime to doing table time, but not really trying to pin each other that much or just letting it go. It's just technical aspect, and then in
That's the
preparation
best.
for that's the best.
And
And
my
now I
friend,
can
something
also
funny. Sorry, something funny. Devin Larratt and Neil Pickup had a chat last night, and that's exactly the conversation that they brought up: is don't pin each other in practice.
it's not worth it because you
Yeah,
lose a whole week
yeah,
of being sore, and
yeah.
then at the end of the month, like somebody that doesn't train that way and trains the Todd Hutchings way or the whoever way, but without burning himself too much on the table, they've trained 4 times as much as you, gained maybe a lot of more experience or have become better at the technique. I can now feel, because I'm doing isometrics as well, that
Much.
with max effort day isometrics, I'm just getting stronger. I see my numbers go up, just like Todd told me. Within weeks, you're gonna see progression.
Yeah,
And I'm talking about 2 3 kilos on certain lifts.
yeah.
So I think that there are multiple paths to Rome still in arm wrestling, because there everybody has a different theory, but yeah, I think this is Todd is onto something that I do really
And
think
it
so. That
actually makes so much sense. I mean, you're not putting a muscle through the range of motion
yeah,
that needs it to
exactly.
break down totally. So it makes so much sense. And sorry, I didn't answer your question. I'm not joined at a club in South Africa, but I'm planning on starting my own club. So
Wow,
it's something in the works, yes.
something that works. Do you have a name for it already?
It's probably going to be the Bornman Brothers.
Of course, of
Something like
course.
that.
All right.
Yeah, yeah.
All right. Well, that would be awesome. And people can just head down to the club. All right. Awesome, dude. Awesome. Yeah. Whenever you decide to actually really start that, send me a message. I'll share it on the channel. For whoever is in
Cool.
South Africa, they'll be able to come down
Yeah, for sure.
to the
Thank you so
Bornman
much.
Brothers, the Bornman
Yeah.
Brothers Club. All right. So moving along, how did you get the Juggernaut nickname? Because I couldn't also I could find it that's
Yeah,
your nickname, but I couldn't
that's
really.
it's not my nickname. It's not my nickname.
It's
It's
not.
just that was literally my nickname for one match. I think someone said it, but I haven't accepted it. I don't want that nickname. I'm still waiting for a proper one.
Okay. All right. All right. All right. All right. All right. All right.
Yeah.
Well, I
I
did give
feel
you.
I feel
It was a.
I feel like the people are so much bigger than me. How can that be my nickname? It's impossible.
Well, actually, Neil Pickup should. We should give Neil Pickup a ring then, because he should think of.
Yes.
He's the nickname
I
giver.
yes. I hope to be on his channel one day. I think he'll give me a few actually.
He probably will. He probably will. Yeah, I'll make a short out of it, and then tag Neil to give you a proper nickname then.
Yes, oh yes. You know,
Yeah,
my brother already has a nickname. Duvan Born to Pull Borman.
Duvan born to pool.
Borman, that's our
Bornman.
surname. Yes, Borman.
Ah, yeah,
Yeah.
Born. All right, that's a long one though. That's just like a tongue twister if you have to introduce somebody.
So
We
they
just
should just say, he's born to pull.
he's born to pool. This is because Nick usually like does the introductions. We should give like a really long ass nickname and then that he messes up.
Oh, try.
Yeah. Anyway, um, um so I was wondering, because you're on the table, you're a monster, there's fire on the table, but outside of the armor table you seem like a very genuine and nice guy. And I also noticed in your biography that you mentioned a verse from Jeremiah 29:11.
Yep.
Could you What does this passage mean to you personally? Because I've read it a little bit, but yeah, I'm curious
Hey,
what it means to you.
it's actually it's so special to me. Um, you can take a verse and it can mean 100 different things to you and to someone else, and sometimes it means something different to someone than it means to me. So that's a special verse because You know, my mother saw it this one day, and you're not gonna believe this. You're not gonna believe this. She saw it for 9 consecutive times in one day.
Wow.
So that was like God speaking to us and telling that, listen, yeah, I have plans for you.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm actually getting goosebumps right now. It's super special to us that until this day when we see the verse on the back of a car or on the TV or something, we just get goosebumps, and we are so blessed and appreciate everything we have in life. Yeah, so that's what it means to me, is that,
That's what it means
you
to you.
know, God is alive and he's living with us, and so why be afraid? Why be afraid
Mm.
if he's with us every single step?
Wow. Amazing, amazing personal answer that you just gave me. Um, I'm also interested because of your faith. How does this influence your approach to arm wrestling? Does it affect your practice or your preparations in any way?
Yeah, so I have a routine. Sometimes it's a bit of the opposite. If you think of being holy, being um, example for someone else, because at
Mm,
the end of the day, as a Christian, you want the light of God to shine through you, and you want other people to see that God is real. That's our purpose on this earth. So with the arm wrestling, sometimes you get a bit angry and it's a bit more emotions and all that. But I think arm wrestling is a special sport. Everyone understands it. That when you get to the table, it's time to fight. You know, the adrenaline is super
mm,
high and all those kind of stuff. But in preparations, when I get the match and the match is booked, um, God is with me every single step. Every session, I ask God to not get injured. And you can't ask God to make you win a match, because one of the
no,
other guys
no.
asked the same thing. But I do ask God to keep us both safe during the match and the best guy to win. Um, and that's basically all you want. Is you want you want also myself. I don't want to go into too much detail, um,
Hmm.
but it's amazing to have someone to thank and to ask.
Yeah,
That's the biggest part of my religion for me. It's so special to have that.
amazing. Yeah, it's really interesting because I'm just now on that journey. I recently bought a Bible, and
Okay.
just because I was watching a series and it just really pulled me in into the series, and then I was like, all right, I just want to start reading this book, right? And it's also pretty interesting because I asked God to remind me of reading the Bible, right? And many things you forget in daily life because you're doing all sorts of different things. But every single, I mean, for the last 4 weeks, every single day, I just get a reminder in my head because I asked at the beginning. Like usually, I have a lot of books which I don't read, so
Mhm.
but now every single day I just get a little reminder, like read it just a little, even if it's one page, right?
Yeah,
Even if
yeah.
it's one page.
It's something
and
fun I
and
do is I close my Bible, open it up. The first verse I see, I'll read it. And
you read
sometimes
it.
it's amazing, man. It's like it's speaking to you. And it's amazing, man. It's really amazing. Wat is daai Christelike movie se naam? Van die vrou by die put? Vrug of Papa? Um, there's a there's a there's a Christian movie that I would like you to watch. It's unbelievable. It's unbelievable. Um, do you know a few Christian movies?
To be honest, not really. I'm watching the Chosen series
Yeah,
right
The
now.
Chosen. The Chosen. Yes, yes,
That's
yes.
the I've dude, since I watched that, it's like I've been on that. I've binge watched it. It's
Yeah.
like just because I would just wanted more. I was like, oh my god, this is so incredible storytelling. It was like I was watching one of the best series ever,
Yeah.
and now I'm reading it in the book. Uh,
It's incredible, man.
yeah, it's really interesting.
It's amazing to see that how 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 we are loved by God. It's incredible, man.
Mm-hmm.
I remember seeing that lady at the well,
Yeah,
and
yeah.
it's just the whole story.
I
And
cried
then,
so many times, to be
my
honest.
friend, there's a song. It's a song in that movie, and I think it's exactly that same scene. But it breaks me every single time. It's amazing to see
Yep,
that no matter who you are, what you've done in life, God loves you and you have a second chance.
yep. I'll write down your I'll flip open. I'll write it down. Flip open the Bible and just read. Flip. You said the first verse, right?
Yeah, whatever your eyes fall
First.
on, this is
Yep.
something fun you do. This is just something fun you do.
I'll check
Because,
it out. I'll check it out.
yeah.
All right. And just to touch on one more point, you've already said or told about the specific verse, that is something special to you. But is there a specific moment in your life you would like to share, or in your faith, that shaped who you are today? Is there? Yeah.
Yeah, so a big
That's-
part of that, I'm really blessed,
mhm.
my friends. I have the best parents in the world. The best. They've made me the man I am today. And since I was a little boy, they used to learn me who our creator is and what is
Mm.
given to us. And every single thing I do and I get in life, it's all coming from God. And I believe that today, 100%. And all I can thank is my parents. That's the only people I can thank. Since a little boy, that's I always knew that I was serving a living God.
Mm.
So that just tells you my parents has done a great job. And today,
Yep.
being an older man or not an older man, yeah, whatever.
The young adult. I don't know
Yeah,
what. Yeah.
yeah, I
Yeah.
can look back at that and see that. Listen, yeah, they have done a great job. And now moving forward, one day I have the best blueprint to give to my children. And no one is perfect. No one is
Mm.
perfect. But this is the guidelines to be a good person. Yeah.
Yeah, right. Wonderful, man. Wonderful. Great to hear. I think that might be actually why people really perceive you as very calm and very kind person, outside of the table. I think
Yes,
that
my
might
friend.
be, yeah.
This is one thing that my dad always told me is to put yourself aside. Make others more than you. When you have more than someone else, give them. Be there for someone. And that's why sometimes on stage, or basically every single time, I just can't help it, man. I get so emotional. I maybe look like this
Mm.
big monster, but my heart is really, really, really small, man. I just break,
Small.
you know. Um, my brother had his match on against Porkchop on the East versus West stage. I was standing on the stage, and my brother, walked out onto the stage, and I was cracked, man. Cracked. I was crying. I couldn't help it, and I knew that. Listen, you have to get my emotions in place because if he sees me, he's gonna cry as well. I just
Yeah.
turned around, wiped my face, and I was all good to go. But yeah, it's special, man. I believe that if you don't cry, you don't have a heart. It's impossible, man. Sometimes I can't stop myself. We had a church service in Australia. I was blessed enough that the same church I go to in South Africa is in Australia, and it was this beautiful day of where in our church, when you turn 16, you are now responsible for your own sins. So it's not on your parents; it's your own sins now.
Mm.
And I couldn't be there for my brother. But this church on the same Sunday had that ceremony in Australia. And I kid you not, I was crying the entire service. I couldn't help it. It was just too much for me. I think people thought, what is going on with this guy? But it's so special, man. And the feelings it gives you, it's incredible. It's you feel alive.
Mm.
Mm.
Indeed, indeed. And talking about your younger brother, is he 17 or 16 now?
17. He just turned
17, right?
17 in October.
In October, I see. So I know, you probably know, obviously, I mean, not, probably, how did he get into the sport? Was it like simultaneously as you did, or because you're often training with him, like you're preparing for Schoolboy, even at home in South Africa? But how did he enter the sport? Was it after or at the same time?
And you see, it's a big brother, little brother thing. So I'm happy, and I'm really happy for that. So it means that I'm at least someone for him to look up to. Because sometimes all the brothers are not a good example. They keep themselves busy with the wrong stuff, and I'm lucky that I could be that guy for him to look up to. and now he's following in the same footsteps, and he loves it. So I would say he's probably arm wrestling for 2.5, 3 years now.
Two and a half,
He
three
started probably
years.
a year and a half after me. Yes.
All right. And do you see yourself in him, or is he like a totally different kid? I mean, obviously you have the facial resemblance, but on the table wise, etc.
Um, it's scary, man, and people are gonna think I'm crazy again for saying this. You know, I don't see myself in the one. We both are two different people, persons.
Persons. Yeah.
Um, and he's a special one. Let me tell you that. He's 17-year-old, and he arm wrestles like a monster. His strength level is insane for his age. You know, people thought when I was 17 that I was a big kid. Let me tell you, he's about 20 kgs heavier than me than when I was his age. So it's insane.
What weight is he at the moment?
17 kgs. Yeah. So yeah,
Oh dear Lord.
it's a joke, my friend. I didn't get the 100. I didn't get to 117 until 3 years ago or 2 years ago. So it's scary. It's really scary. But yes, that's why he's different, man. He arm wrestles really good.
And
He's
his
also
lifts were insane. His
yes,
lifts are insane. He does like I heard the story that you gave him like $200 for lifting 45 kg on the riser. I can't
that's
even do that, bro. I can't even do that.
I struggle to do that. So yeah, he's special, man. He's special. But he has to work hard. I mean, you sometimes you get this gift, but just keeping it aside, it's not gonna bring you to the top. You have to bring your blood, sweat, and tears, and give it everything you have, and then you will shine. Because I mean, the level is big, man. Everyone wants to be the best now, and that's incredible for us.
And it's
Um,
growing. It's
yeah,
growing. There are more and more people.
let me tell you, my friend.
Monsters hiding under every rock. You don't know where
Yeah,
they're coming from. So
yeah. There's this one guy in South Africa. I think he's my age, but he's 147 kgs or something, and his hands are bigger than mine. He's taller than me. Insane, man. Super strong. Give this guys a couple of years. I'm back in South Africa now, so I'm gonna do my best to show these guys what I've learned. And I'm telling you,
mm-hmm.
South Africa is coming, man. We have a lightweight called John McKegney. Oh, not a
John
lightweight. He's about
McKigney.
90 kgs. 90 kgs. He's gonna be a monster as well. So the level is coming up, but we need to work hard and need to start motivating each other because that's what the other countries are doing, and that's what they are doing so well. But it's time for South Africa to come together and to give ourselves a purpose. Because I have a purpose, my brother has a purpose, but it's time to inspire the others and to motivate each other. Because I think this is going to be good for our country. I don't want to be the only South African competing on the biggest stage of the world. Um,
Exactly.
so that's a good thing. There's something to work on, and I love it.
Yeah, and I think you guys pave a very very nice road for others to walk on. You've set the stage, you set the bar, and now the flood of South Africans they can come streaming in, and if
Yeah.
they're only half as strong as you guys, we're in for trouble on the big stage. I am sure of that. Diving in a little bit deeper into your training regime. Could you walk us through a typical training week for you? You said I first didn't believe in table time at the beginning, but you've now developed. What does a week for you look right now?
Okay, so I'm still not a big fan of table time, but I've started incorporating it on the right way. So that's something me and my brother we will do it every day, sometimes twice a day, but it's light. It's really light, my friend. It's really light. Sometimes it's only a grip up. And then we do the pronation lift every single day. Every single day. He's doing it right now. It's a joke. Uh, so, and then we have normal gym workouts. That's just pumping blood into all the necessary muscles, the back, the chest, and the biceps, obviously. But things have started to change. And, for a while I've been following all the different guys' training programs, but only one exercise from it. So I have something for Tordzilla, I have something for Michael Todd, I have something from Mindaugas, I have something from Devin Larrett, I have something from Ravon, I have something from Hermes. So all these guys, I have something. And that one thing, it, I think I've worked out, it gives me 12 max exercises I can test. So
Hmm.
this is something I do. So this is pronated side pressure, supinated side pressure, and flat side pressure. Then you have the pronation lift, the riser lift. You have low cup, high cup, normal cup. You have bicep curl max. You have all these things. So yes, that's interesting for us, and we like doing that. I mean, the Mandalgas one, if you were wondering, it's just putting a heavy band around a pole and working backwards and keeping a tight angle. And
Mm-hmm. Like
that's
a
probably one of my
static
favorite.
wise.
Yeah, that's probably one of my favorites. The stretch it puts on my biceps is insane. But we don't do that every single day. I'm a guy that really listens to my body, and that's why sometimes it's hard for me to follow a training program. Um, so
It's
yes,
adaptable, right?
yes,
You should
that's a
adapt
nice
to
thing.
it.
Yes, yeah, I can switch different days around for different workouts. I've actually just finished writing my New Year program. Um,
Okay.
insane, man! I've learned so much from Michael Todd, so that's going to be
Mm-hmm.
really interesting. It's high volume, lightweight, and then it gives you the opportunity to get proper recovery, even build the muscle, build your how can I say endurance, especially being pumped and still trying to be strong. That's so important for arm wrestling, and I feel like this training program is going to be perfect for it. Because with that training program, your arm wrestling specifics still fall in, and
Mm-hmm.
that's why I like the program. Because the training program is more a full body thing, but here and there's arm wrestling stuff inside, and everything at the end of the day is the arm wrestling focused. The way I do it,
Mm-hmm.
even though I can't say a bench is arm wrestling focused, but I still see it that way because it's for my elbows. So yeah, everything I do these days is for arm wrestling, even though
Focused.
some people don't see it that way. Yes.
Yeah, I think eventually in someone's career, you eventually have to decide: am I gonna keep training the bodybuild general gym going way, or am I gonna specify for arm wrestling?
Yeah, and it's
Um.
there's such a fine line, my friend. You because the thing is, if you do statics all the time, or um, let's say 3 to 5 reps max with heavy weight, it's going to be really difficult to build big muscles because we understand that hypertrophy is where the muscle is getting stretched and the time under tension. So yeah, it's hard. That's why this new training session of mine, training program, is going to
Program.
be so exciting because I feel that I can be bigger with this, and I feel that it's not going to drain me too much. So I'm really excited for it.
And how many weeks does it entitle? For how long have you planned it into the future? Is it like a 10-week thing, or like how do you?
This is until the last week of my match.
Okay,
Before my match. So I keep on
I
going.
see.
So I plan. This is Riekerd Bornman planning, not East versus West.
Mm-hmm.
I would like to have a match in April in Germany if
I
that's
see.
possible. If that
Mm-hmm.
can't happen, then the next one in let's hope America. But this is gonna stick right through, and then that training program gets another one for the second week of the training
Mm-hmm.
program. That will be more heavily focused with less reps. That's basically what it is. So it's really exciting.
I hope to see you in April. I'm going to the East versus West 22 in Vienna, but
Okay.
I hope to also visit Germany because it's close by, right?
Okay. Okay.
Why wouldn't I?
Yeah, it's
That'd
a
be great.
FIBA, eh? It's happening at the
I think
FIBA.
so. Yeah, yeah. I think I'm not sure if they've already officially announced it, but
Yeah. Yeah. I think
it's
as
like
well.
it's somewhere in between. I had some contact from the people from East versus West, and yeah, she said she couldn't say for sure, but it's quite likely.
Okay.